Hey there, everyone. So, welcome back to another episode of Go. And today is our third Saturday review session. Now, I know it's been a while since we've done the Saturday review session. By the way, just a couple of announcements, guys. I want to say thank you so much for joining the Discord for those who have currently, and for those who are asking for game requests, as well as thank you for answering my poll. I just wanted to test out the new poll function on YouTube. So for those of you who answered our first poll ever, thank you again. And so yes, I have been dabbling in the game development realm, and I've just created my first tutorial game essentially. And so I was wondering if you guys are interested in seeing that. I know it's fairly early for this channel, and I don't really want to take on another channel if I'm already kind of focusing on this channel, but it is something to note for future reference in case that, say that I'm able to have time to work on two channels concurrently. But just wanted to share with you guys that yes, I'm getting to the game development realm. No, I don't know anything about coding or computer science, but yes. Anyways, we are doing a Saturday tutorial and Saturday study session. And so what do we have today? I don't know what kind of game I want to look at today. Should we go classic? Should we go pro match? You know what? Why don't you guys tell me for next Saturday review session, would you guys like me to do a super classic one that they're offering on Just Go, or should I go for a professional one? And so I'm thinking, let's look at another Ing Cup. I don't know which one. I saw Lee Chang Ho versus Chang Hao. I think there's two of them. Oh, there's two of them. Now, did I do one? I think I can't remember which one I did, to be honest. I know I did one of them. I don't know which one I did. All right, let's hold off on the Lee Chang Ho one. Oh, maybe we could do another Lee Chang Ho. No, this is the one I did. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to remember which one I've done a commentary on, so I don't do it again. But there's a lot of Lee Chang Ho games, so I'm guessing that's a really good game for me to go over. You know what, let's do the second game, Lee Chang Ho versus Chang Hao. I have no idea. I know Lee Chang Ho is a legendary player. I don't know much about Chang Hao, and again, I'm not a super studious student of this realm. But how we are approaching the study session, well, as you guys know, I'm not a professional player, or am I a Dawn level player, so I cannot give Dawn level analysis. But what I can do is I can kind of make sense of the story that both players are saying and try to predict what would a next good move be. And I'm hoping that is a wonderful way to kind of approach these types of games. Again, I don't know much about the Go. I'm still studying this game, and so let's just get on to it. So we're going to look at the very first 5 moves. Okay, so in the top right hand corner, playing as black, we have Lee Chang Ho, and then in the bottom left hand corner we have the player playing as white, Chang Hao. And so really quickly, what we see right away, at least in the conversation of the opening, is that both players are playing a mirror matchup, so to speak. They are taking opposite but flipped symmetrical openings, 4-4, 3-4, just opposite of each other. And it's really interesting to see that black decided to do the far 3-4 corner rather than the inside 3-4 corner. This is going to have white play on the inside territory of black, where black will have to kind of fight with the split. So I'm already seeing that right now. Now remember, for those who are DDKs and maybe just getting to SDKs, here's my understanding of the 3 phases of the game. So 3 phases of the game is opening, middle, and end. Okay, opening, middle game, end game. Opening is such a big concept. I mean, they have like a whole ton of textbooks on opening theory alone. And really, in my opinion, what it comes down to in terms of opening is setting the board up to prep for the mid to end game so that it is advantageous to you as that colored stone. Now, that was a lot of words. What does that mean? Well, if you guys take a look at modern RTS games, StarCraft, Warcraft, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, whatever you want to call it, all these RTS games, even FPS games, you know, like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Overwatch, whatever, we each have a choice of what map we want to play on. And the map that we play on, depending on the character or our main that we play with, will hopefully be advantageous to the characteristics of that map. Now, that's already a predetermined map where you have the high ground, you have the low ground, you have hiding spots, you have camping spots. You guys get the idea. But in the game of Go, we don't have that luxury. It is a blank board. It's a blank canvas. The only thing that we do know is that black has the first move, white has the second move. Black is generally going to be playing more offensive. White's generally going to be playing more defensive. So with that being said, we need to kind of jazz up the board somehow so that when we get into our fighting mid-game, aka, then hopefully our opening position is in a relation to how we want to fight throughout the game. And that's why in opening, you generally see, at least in my opinion, from the games I observe, I generally see a lot of professional players taking a huge amount of time just deciding how to do the opening. And then once the opening has been set and now mid game occurs, then the fighting starts. That's when your reading ability comes in. That's where you really got to stay on your toes between your groups, your living groups, your dead groups, your liberty counts, etc. And then end game is literally just finalizing the border count and trying to squeeze out as much points as possible. So if that was a long-winded explanation, that is my rendition of how I see opening, middle, and end game. Now, granted, just like with any modern game, you can cheese the opponent by fighting super early. Generally, you don't want to, but you can win games like that. And so if we see a player on a Go board that is cheesing the opponent, that's pretty much the way I define it, is that they are doing mid game during the first opening moves, like 10 moves, 20 moves. Again, the board hasn't been set yet, but yet we already have fighting. Excuse me. And so just wanted to share with you guys again. And I know I've repeat myself throughout my videos, but this is a concept, a theory that I've come to understand. Now, do I practice it during my gameplays? Absolutely not. But it is something that I am thinking about constantly. It's like, you know, if I really want to understand this game, how do I describe this? And this is the best way I can describe it right now. So, anyways, we have the first 4 moves. Doesn't really tell me much. Now, we have a 5th move where black is now going to be slightly more offensive. It does not want white to take a very strong corner. Again, the white enclosing at the 5 position is a much more valuable position than white enclosing at the 4-4 position. Now, why is that? Well, the reason why that is that if white encloses here, okay, say that white encloses here, well, white doesn't have the full corner, right? Black can always 3-3 invade, black can always attach, and black can always approach, forcing white to, you know, kind of play this variation and just, you know, defend. We'll say that white does this. So it's not a complete enclosure. Versus, I'm going to play on black's end. Say that black decides to take the enclosure right now on the 3-4 to the 5-4. Well, what can white do? White can't go on the 3-3 invasion right here, right? White's just going to get attacked left and right. Right? And then, you know, black does something like this. White's going to get attacked left and right. Now, that's a 3-3 invasion. How about a attachment? Well, white's on the second line. Doesn't really help at all the position of white. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is this is a very, very, very defensive and efficient move, and it's more valuable to the opposing player to take away the 3-4-5-4 enclosure. 3-4-5-3, 3-4-3-5, or 5-3 enclosure. Yeah, whatever this is. It's more valuable to take away this enclosure than a 4-4 in essence. Okay. White decides to high pincer again. So white is saying that, you know what, black, I see that you're trying to come in, but you're on the third line. First of all, you're on the third line. Now I'm going to high pincer you. You'll try to live underneath me. That's fine. Or you'll jump, but I want influence in the middle of the game. That's the point of me playing on the 4-4. This is my fourth line. I want influence on the right side of the board. So black plays a nice strong move. This is a strong move. It is a diagonal move. It splits white's upper corner to white's middle, left middle. And the next move that black can play is probably going to be surrounding the whole corner itself. Maybe, you know, if white jumps, black plays here, surrounding the whole corner, right? White's going to try to throw him. Maybe black comes in. This is a very strong move for black. And white doesn't like the idea of being surrounded. So white's going to cap underneath, preventing black from entering the corner. Now, if you guys take a look, the pincer's now at work. This stone right here is at work with the rest. And let me actually show the axes here really quick. There we go. I'm hoping that's lined up correctly. It looks pretty lined up to me. Yeah, it looks lined up to me. So, you know, black playing at the B4 position would be strong to enter the corner, but white played it first. Black decides to still come in. White decides to split black up, and that is a powerful split. White plays a tiger shape. White decides to Atari, and black connects. White has to fix now, but white decides to Atari first because these two stones are in trouble. If black descends, the two stones are dead. So white's going to take that first, leaving these cuts behind, and black is most likely going to capitalize that. Black is probably going to play right here, reverse Atari. White's going to take, black extends out, capturing this one stone. Forcing the capture on the stone. And now we have a situation. So, what's happening here so far? Okay. White gave up the two stones. It's obvious right now. White gave up the two stones. Why is that? Well, if black captures these two stones, white can surround black completely and contain black. That's a good idea. Originally, white wanted to save these two stones and wanted to capture black here. But because black spent that extra move really trying to capture this territory, and it looks like the walls are being built to hop out, white is like, you know what? If you're going to hop out anyways, I don't want this stone to be cut. I don't want to be forced on the third line. I'm going to let you take the two stones and jump. I'm going to take this outside so that you don't have all of this influence right here. Right? So imagine that at move 18, that was a black stone. Black is going to get a huge influence into the center right here. White has one lonely stone, and black can easily hop out one more counter pincering white. Okay? So, the sacrifice has been made. White gives up these two stones, coming on the outside, and then taking influence. Black takes it right away, because black needs life. If black allows white to kind of play a couple more moves here, black is in jeopardy. Black doesn't like that. Black needs eyes right now. White forces. Black takes. White takes an enclosure. Again, the 4-4 is really wide open. This enclosure plays along to this stone right here. This stone's on the fourth line. This stone's on the third line. Makes it a little bit harder for a pincer to occur. Black plays an extension. Okay. Now, is this black group healthy? Well, they're pro players, so obviously it's going to be healthier. But Is it healthy? Can it escape? And can it make a second eye? Well, it looks like it can make a second eye right here. Just playing right here at the A6 position. White tries to flatten it. Black Ataris. And then makes another eye. Very healthy. Black can also run out right here, reverse Atari, and just running out. Super healthy. Black's got a Tanuki, and black decides to take an extension, limiting white from taking the enclosure and the extension. If white takes the enclosure, you're going to take the white's extension away. White decides to take the Long Night's enclosure away from black. Black takes the top. White slides, taking away the corner. Okay. Black pincers. Now, what's happening here? All right, let's reassess. Right now, white decides to take the corner away from black. Hasn't taken it yet. Needs to play one more move, then the corner is essentially, really reduced. Now, why did black not take his corner? Why did he play on the third line? Well, he has an extension right here. If he moves down, this extension is not going to be as strong, in my opinion. White can press in the middle right here and potentially split this stone off from the rest of the group. So having a nice vertical wall looking towards this stone helps it quite a bit, and it's a strong connection. Remember, a knight's move can be cut, so we want to have a nice strong connection. Now, what was the point of white sliding? Well, white saw that if black extended out where this white stone is at the S16 position, well, black gets everything. Black gets this whole entire corner, a wall that faces his extension. And white doesn't want that. So white slides, knowing that black might pincer. Now, if black pincer, most likely white is going to Kasumi. Diagonal. It's a strong move. It puts a lot of pressure on this black stone. And if there's a lot of pressure on this black stone, most likely the black stone either hits up, forcing white out, letting white escape, or black will take a base. If black takes a base, white takes an enclosure, responding to the base, putting pressure on the base. I can see that happening. If white doesn't respond and say white takes the corner, again, that's very little points. I think it's worth more white running out than taking the corner. Excuse me. As you guys can see, I'm still sick and my voice is going like last time before I restarted my channel. It's just because I'm constantly recording and I'm constantly using my voice up, and I'm talking a lot throughout the day. So I lecture for about maybe 6 or 7 hours straight per day, and so my voice is is going. So anyway, so let's keep going here. White pushes out, as to be expected. Either Kasumi or pushing out, it decides to push out, and black decides to poke at white's shape. White's gonna protect, black can't really cut, but black can still poke. Black plays a bamboo, strong move, and white decides to make an eye. Not necessarily an eye just yet, but decides to make eye shape. Black decides to hunt it, really containing white, and white is going to jump out, putting a lot of pressure on this black stone here. Now, honey at the attach. Nope. Black is going to poke. So this, again, builds the lane with the idea that black wants to build a wall, containing white into this tiny little space, and playing into the direction of his extension. If white ignores, black is going to push and cut, because the stone is here. If black pushes, white blocks, black extends. This stone right here at the Q12 position is going to die or get surrounded. White doesn't want that. And now black takes an approach with the extension with this wall that he built. So this whole entire bottom side now is looking very, very strong. The boundary line from move 37 to this top move right here, you can see why black's area of influence underneath this curve. Calculus. Area under the curve. That is black's territory right now as the approaching line. Now white can still invade here. A couple of places that white can invade, but it's going to be much harder. Speaking of invasion, white pokes at the peep right here, and black counter pincers. Black is like, you know what, poke it. I'm going to surround you. I'm going to jump out. You're surrounded. You're not going to cut me. But this is a good reduction move because, again, black's original boundary was up here. With white here, white can now jump out, run away, and that reduces black's area of influence. And now white gets a little bit more stones in the center, taking more center influence. So white's going to keep pressing. Black Hanes, white jumps. No, white Hanes back. And then white should protect his shape right here, either playing at this move right here or just solidly connecting or attaring. Nope, white decides to attach. Now, here's the thing about attachment. You only ever attach to stones that you find strong. What does that mean? Well, that means that if somehow you're looking for life, or somehow you're looking for forcing moves, or somehow you're looking to reduce, and you want to be a very contact type of player, you can. Under the condition that the stone that you're attacking is already strong. If you have no intention of killing a stone, attach to it. Why? Because the proverb is attaching to a weak stone makes it stronger. Attaching to a strong stone makes it even stronger, but it's a waste of a move because the stone's already strong. You can't kill that stone, so they're going to play more stones in an area that's already strong, which is inefficient. So white playing for move 44, attaching to this black stone where black is extremely strong in the area, forces black to over concentrate. White gets outside influence and builds up white's own strengths. My voice is going. Honey at the attach. All right. I'm going to speed it up now because I don't know if my voice is going to last up much longer, but let's go up 10 more moves and see what happens. Let's go a little bit slower. Again, attach, move 47, attach where you think it's strong to last ditch effort to gain life. Okay. So from move 47 to move 49, we saw the attachment. And then from move 49 to this ordeal, we see white building some outside influence, black keeping some influence in the center while pressuring this white stick, and black right here is being surrounded. Now, if black lets white do what it wants, white's going to gain this whole entire territory right here. So black's going to Atari. If white caps, black takes, white, blocks, black jumps out. It's a good move for black. Black reduces white's corner influence and gain life, gain eye shape. Okay. This white group right here is still not alive. And if black can jump out and surround this white group is going to be in a fun predicament. Has to live now. Let's see what happens. If I was white, I still would save. Black has to respond by connecting anyways, and then white can just pop out. We'll see what happens. White decides to attack the 3 stones. Okay. All right, so see what happens. White decides to cut. These 4 blackstone, black is going to take and try to contain white. Okay. This white right here. White's going to push out now. Now, either white push out or white saves a corner. I don't know. I think white should save the corner because black has a lot of weak shape. Let's see what happens. Okay. So what happened here? White gave up its corner. All right. Let's reassess. White lost its second corner, right? Black has 3 corners now. Black has the bottom left, the bottom right, the top right, and half of the top left. So there's a proverb, and I just learned this proverb. I don't know if this proverb is true or not, but if black has all 4 corners and you have none, you're going to end up for a very tough time. Okay, a very tough time. Unless you're really good at fighting in the center and protecting all that territory, you're not looking too good. Yes, white. Maybe white has 1 corner, right? Half of this corner, half of that corner, but black has still 2.5 corners. White has 1.5 or 1, right? Black has 3 corners, white has 1. All right, so black has 3 corners at least 3 corners. Okay. How about influence? Center influence. Well, let's look at the side first because it's what? Corner, side, center. Well, black essentially has domination of the whole bottom right here. Essentially. Right? Now, white can't come in to reduce. It's a little hard because white does have a strong center now. The left side. Mainly whites. Not super strong yet. I mean, black can still kind of pincer this 1 stone. How about on the right side? It's whites. 2 stone wall, another 2 stone wall with a couple of black stones. It's pretty much whites. So this is white's territory. This is white's territory. Okay. Top, still wide open. Black can start expanding. It's a really big area. And then now we have center influence. Well, white has a strong position right here. A really strong position. Now, if black wanted to, black can try to jump out. Maybe. Okay. I don't think it's going to work. Maybe black can jump out this way. But then white caps. Or black can extend up 1. Not too sure if that's going to work too well. These 3 stones are dead at this point. It's looking like those 3 stones are dead. So that means white has a very strong center influence. These 2 stones are questionable. Not super alive yet. I think that black can easily take this. So white has a nice left side influence on the center. Black has a strong-ish way to reduce in the right. Doesn't really have a strong way to take it. But in terms of reduction, black can reduce. White has another entrance into the center on the right side. So it's looking like white's playing the center game. At this point, I think I'm favoring black because black has more territory. Really, it comes down to that. Let's keep going. Again, white's preventing black from jumping out and doing anything. Okay. Black is already playing endgame. This is an endgame move right here. So at move 79, black already sees black is winning. Plays the first endgame move. Okay. So again, remember that 1 stone that seemed kind of lonely? Black took it. Black took it, reducing white's corner. Now black has a strong way to come in on the left side and from the bottom on the right side. still looks like anyone's game at this point. I mean, there's a lot of reduction going on, so we'll see what happens. Let's do another 10 moves. Okay, another 10 moves. All right, so what just happened? Black played a lot of Sente moves, forcing white to make this shape, and now black is forcing white to take those 3 stones. You got to spend those moves, man. You're not getting out. You're not getting out. I'm going to force you to take my stones so that I build my outside wall. I'm going to take the center. That's essentially what black is doing. White sees the top was quite empty, so white decided to take the top on the 3rd line, rightfully so. Black decides to take the corner, solidifying the corner, and white decides to kind of prevent black from escaping on the right side. So there's a lot of things going on right now. A lot. Black is coming in. Black is going to connect its groups very soon, and white is pretty much squeezed in on this left side. It's not looking good for white. White's being reduced so much. Yes, you have a big top area right here, but you know, honestly, black playing right here, right at h6. I don't know why black would ever play h6, but you can see that if black played at h6, this whole area essentially becomes black's territory in terms of influence. It's very hard for white to come in to reduce all of that. So black is building a very nice boundary right here. Could play at any one of these moves to build more. Now, what's happening? Black's still playing some forcing moves. Okay. And it is now white's trying to pressure these 4 stones here. If white can kill these 4 stones, white has a very strong center presence. Black's like, nope, not gonna happen. And white's like, I'm escaping. This is an escape. So the question is, what does black want to protect? Does black want to jump out, splitting white? Maybe a diagonal or even a knight's move? Maybe. But then again, right? Then again, white has to find a way to live in black's little area right here. So instead of attacking, just, start capping. Prevent white from running out. This group is already safe. What? White pushes out. Black's gonna block. Atari. White comes in trying to do stuff. Black takes. Black already has 1 eye, and it's not too hard for black to get 2 eyes in this strong shape. So if I was black, either start poking at this weakness, maybe do a jump right here to threaten to come out, or just cap. Just cap. Prevent white from connecting to the other group. That's what I would do. Okay, cap right here even. Okay, push and then cap. Something. Okay, either block this white group right here from connecting to this, or block this white group from connecting. And the thing is, if black hops, it's a very strong connection. So black is really forcing white to take these 3 stones. Okay. If black moves up next, black lives, and then white's in trouble. Okay. Again, playing into the area of taking these 3 stones, black is going to weaken this top wall right here. Get some more black stones in the area. Okay. Black builds shape, and now white's running. White sees that these 5 stones here are in danger. White's going to run. White's going to try to connect with either these 2 stones here or with this stone up here. Black is now poking out the whole left side. As you can see, it's a really strong poke. Okay. Black disconnects. Again, black sees that white's running. Okay. White caps. White connects. Rightfully so. Okay. And now black doesn't want to play with liberty shortages. White's now going to attach. Black's going to let white in. And white looks like it's going to take the corner. Now black plays ko. So this is a ko for life, right? If black wins this ko, essentially white's invasion is done. Black was able to reduce and kill off white, and that would be game for white. So this is ko for life. There's a lot of kos that black can do. Black can throw in, black can take, black can Atari, whatever. Black can split up this group up here. Black can save this one stone here. There's a lot of ko threats for black. How about for white? Oh, there's a couple, but I don't see it being too strong. White can Atari, yeah, maybe. White can maybe try to split the bamboo, but honestly, I don't think it's a big deal. White can try to escape, but again, it's not really a big deal in comparison to the whole entire corner. I'm not seeing a good attack for white, in all honesty, but we'll see what happens. White connects. Black is now going after the 4 stones again, killing off the whole corner. White takes the ko. Okay. Now what? Well, black's got to play the ko. I think the first move is killing this whole group off. Right here. This center group right here. But black is looking for something a little bigger. Taking these 4 stones right here, splitting up, and disrupting this whole white shape right here. Might be strong. White connects. Black takes the ko back. White escapes. Black does not care. Again, like I said, this stone does not matter. If white survives, white survives. It's a stone. It's not really that big of a deal. Now, granted, white can disconnect at this point. But I don't think white's going to do that. Again, 2-3 stones versus a whole entire corner. This is already essentially his territory. White's only going to gain a couple points. Maybe 10, 20 points. This is already 20 points up here. It's an even trade for black. White disconnects. And black is like, sure, disconnect me. I'm gonna disconnect you. White's like, no, you're not. And black's like, yes, I am. All right, so there's a lot of things going on. Black should play right here. No, black is now forcing white to take, and white is still not taking. Ooh, but white does have to be careful here. These liberties are getting really short. Okay, black plays. That's a Atari. Connect. If black can connect right here, white has to be careful. Okay. Black's looking to capture these 3 stones or just reduce. And then black plays here to kind of solidify his territory up here. Now, granted, white can still come in, but it is a way to reduce white's influence as well. Okay. White's coming in. White's poking out shape right here. Again, black's not fully alive. Black needs 2 eyes. And then black is forcing white to take. White finally takes. Black extends, making eye shape. White is now making a base. Looking at both peeps here. Black protects 1 cut. Again, this is a nice eye shape over here. And white's like, sure. And black's like, I'm going to take it. White's going to say, I'm taking this one. Black's like this. And now we are in endgame. All reduction moves right here. These are all nice reduction moves. Okay. Now that's actually pretty strong right here for black to take these 2 stones. White's reducing some more. Black is now blocking, threatening to take these 2 stones. White takes. Black takes those 2 stones. And then we are just filling out endgame right here. Okay. Again, these 4 stones are already dead. But black does have to be careful. Okay. Connect. Splitting. Okay. Connect. And this is just endgame now. Okay. Poke. Okay. Ooh, this was close right here. This was very close to a snapback. But white throws it, black takes, white takes, and then black should connect. Okay. Black takes. Ooh, black is playing for another. Oh. Excuse me. Black's playing for another code. That's very interesting. I don't know what other code threats black has. Maybe right here, the 3 points. It doesn't hurt black. Okay, take. That is dangerous. I don't know. I don't know if that was a big enough code threat, to be honest. I would have saved, to be honest. But that is pretty big. That is pretty big. But I don't know if that's big as 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points. 18 points? 19 points? You got 2, 4, 5? You already have 2 eyes. I don't see why you need to save that, but I guess this is saving all of these stones as well. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I don't know if that is a good enough code threat, to be honest. If I was white, I give up these stones. I take this one. These are all connected already. This is a huge loss for black. But white takes. Black takes back. White plays again. The snapback coming up. White fills. Black. Yep. Okay. Again, I don't get why white is not taking this. If you guys know, let me know. Say that black takes it. That means these 3 stones are alive. The reduction in this area is quite massive. Okay. So if these black stones are alive, how much is that reducing white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 10, 16. Yeah, 16-ish points versus 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 18 points. I still think this is worth more. And you know, white already has 2 eyes. 16 to 18 points. I don't know. That's a tough one. And again, this, yeah, okay, so black finally fills in. Yeah, that's a weird code. I would have taken it right away. Not too sure why. Okay, so we're just now doing more endgame right here. And we're coming up to the final bit. Again, forcing black to take. Take. So that's they're after 1 point each. Okay. Taking. Yeah, they're fighting over 1 point right now. Ooh, this is a nice one too. Yeah, they're coming down to the wire now. That's a big one. Okay. White playing here captures 2 stones, but you're an Atari. Take back. Atari right here. This is a big Atari right here. Look at how massive that Atari is. This is a huge Atari. If white... Okay, white better find that. Yep, white has to take. And black connects. Ooh. Nice. Very nice. Oh no, but white's connected here. Okay. Just coming down to the final bits here. Wow, moved 328 already. And that's it. So, what did we see? We saw a lot of codes. We saw a lot of tactics. But essentially, we saw a good opening. We saw that black took 3 corners. Like I said, the 3 corners, 1, 2, 3. White had 1 corner total. At the time, it was like half to another corner, but it's a big corner. So 1 to 3 corners. And the game ended right here with black winning by 1 point. But you can see how far black and white was ahead by. At this point of the game, black was ahead by 6 points, 7 points, according to the AI. And then at this point, white was ahead by 2 points. Again, white taking the outside influence, and all that. But overall, black won by 1 point. This was a 1 point game. That means endgame was flawless. These codes were flawless. I still think it was a mistake for white to give up this. I think if white took this co, then in versus of this, I think white would have been in a better position. Maybe white would have won. But I don't know. What do you guys think? So that's it for today. My voice is gone. I'm having a hard time constantly talking, so I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.